Hi everyone, today I'm going to share with you how to become a better user interface, user experience designer. During my 7 years of work, I discovered that these points helped me a lot and they help every new junior designer that I'm working with. So the point number one is understanding of development processes. Basically, designer needs to understand that developers can build any system without a designer. They can use existing library, use competitor website and create on top of that. So when designers come to the project, they need to propose solutions that actually can be developed. And this is the only way designer can succeed. When they understand what developers want, where to compromise, and actually understand that design is not about them, but it's about the teamwork. It's about the final product. It's about what business wants. Point number two is the ability to work with design systems, and especially with existing design systems. A lot of junior designers complete any course or tutorial. They know how to build auto layouts in Figma, and they want to start building new system by themselves. And I don't think it's more about the system. They want to prove that they are good designers. So in reality, you basically come to the project where you need to work with something that someone already created. And this is especially important when you're working with a whole design team. You need to understand design guidelines, you need to understand brand identity, and you need to translate it into your designs. You need to create components on top of that. So, and if you don't know how to do it, you can try to build native iOS app or native Android app. It's very cool actually. If you go to the Material Free Design, you can create branded design from Material Free library, and it will be a great lesson for you. So point number three, you need to know how to build responsive and adaptive design. A lot of designers choose platform, for example, desktop or mobile, and they completely forget about the existence of the other platforms. Like if you work on the desktop, you completely forget that you need to work on a mobile later. They start in building a component for the desktop and then they deliver it to me. And when I look at the design, I see that it's not a good solution because some things might break, some things not optimized correctly, and the only way to build structured component is to think about how it will look on the mobile. Actually, when I see the designer think about how a component works for mobile and the desktop, at the end result is much better. It's very well structured if people think about different platforms at the same time. So point number four, you need to show ability of finding different solutions for different problems. For example, I see a lot of designers that they propose only one solution and they want to prove to me that this solution is the only one solution to this problem. When I look at it, I see that it's not very great, and I say, can you build a new one? And they say, no, there is no more solutions for that. And I ask, so you're saying to me that in the whole world and an infinite amount of possibilities, there is no solution that could solve this problem. This is the only one that exists. And then they look at me and say, okay, I will create one more. And then actually when they create the second iteration or the third one, they have much better results. And my advice is basically try to build from the start as many solutions as possible. You don't know what you will find at the end. So the point number five is the deadlines. You need to know how to set a deadlines for yourself and then translate them to your client. So basically what I do, I plan 3 deadlines at the same time for one task. I plan the fastest time that I can deliver this task, the most realistic, and the deadline when everything goes to hell. Plan those 3. I know always what to say to the client, and I never have late designs because I always plan for some things going wrong. And many junior designers don't plan for that. They think they can complete design in 2 days, then they will say to the client, I need 1 more day, I need 1 more week, and this is basically endless. You need to plan for failures, make them part of your daily work. So point number 6 is communication. I see a lot of situations when company fire design studios or designers because they miscommunicate. Basically, it happens like that. Design studio delivers design based on the technical requirements that client gave to them. Then client is unhappy and they fire designer. I come into the project and see design. Design is basically great. And then I see technical requirements, and requirements are also great. And then I speak to the client. And when I speak to the client, I see that design studio missed some information that they translated. They wanted to receive at the end. And the only way you can find out this information is you need to spend more quality time with the client. You need to very deeply understand what they care about, what their goals are, what their previous experience is, and this is the only way you can deliver something good. Because design, again, is not about what you want, it's about what client needs, and you need to understand it very well. And the final thing that you need to take care of is basically pay attention to the details. Does your design follow branding guidelines? Do you have pixel perfect screens? Did you consider every step of the flow? The best way to do it, you need to use as few colors and fonts as possible. You need to stay consistent. and you need to check your design. There are a lot of checklists that you can follow to check your designs. Like basically it said, did you check design for correct fonts? Did you use all the colors that you have in your library? Check. Did you use your round corners that you have in your library? Check. When everything is checked, you basically can be proud of yourself and say design is complete. So be a great designer. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye bye.